Europe not EU. Brussels official sparks fury with petty anti-Brexit banner in Cornwall. A spokesman for Charles Michel infuriated Brexiteers on Sunday after he posted a picture of a banner put up on a farm in Cornwall by Rejoiners. The banner, seen in a picture posted by EU Council spokesman Berend Leyts, read Cornwall for Europe #Still European and was displayed on a farm building's wall by anti-Brexit group Cornwall for Europe. Posting an aerial picture of the banner, Berend Leyts tweeted, "Thanks for a very warm welcome." But the tweet sparked the fury of Brexiteers who were prompt to remind the council official that a majority of Cornwall voters chose to leave the EU in 2016. Others pointed out that despite Brexit, Cornwall, and the rest of the UK, is indeed still European as that prescinds from being a member of the EU. One person said, "We are indeed still European. As are the Swiss." And another, "Yep, we are in Europe and are still European. Not unless we have moved geographically and no one told me." Someone else joked, "Yes, Cornwall is still in Europe and European. They catch on fast there, I see." Another Twitter user blasted, presumably aimed at uninformed people who thought Brexit meant leaving Europe, not the EU. Another one added, "Imagine being the sort of person who thinks because we opted to leave political control, good, we drifted away from geographical Europe into the Atlantic. We are always neighbors. Also good." Someone else asked, "What is it with Rejoiners that they can't tell the difference between the continent of Europe and the political union of 27 countries? The EU is not Europe, we left the EU, not Europe." Others called the stunt bitter and petty. They said, "Talk about bitter and petty. And you wonder why we chose to withdraw?" Someone else questioned the motive of an EU official in posting such a bitter remark, suggesting it is a sigh Brussels is yet to accept Britain's choice. They said, "You have to wonder why an EU representative still seems to feel the need to tweet this? It shows the EU just cannot move on from a democratic vote, get over it." The row came at the end of the G7 summit in Cornwall. Brexit remained the most discussed topic at the summit, particularly after French President Emmanuel Macron was reported to suggest that Northern Ireland is not part of the UK. Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab accused the French president and other senior EU figures of talking about Northern Ireland as if it was some kind of different country to the UK. He described such attitudes as offensive and called on the EU to show respect, as such comments caused deep concern within Northern Ireland. At his closing news conference, Mr. Macron strongly denied that he had ever questioned British sovereignty, but insisted the UK must honour the commitments which Mr. Johnson signed up to in the Brexit withdrawal agreement. "On this topic, everyone should return to reason, and my wish is we succeed, collectively, to put in motion what we all decided upon together several months ago," he said. "We should do it in all calm and with mutual respect, and I think that polemics every morning are not helpful." The continuing row over the implementation of the Northern Ireland Protocol and the agreement intended to protect the peace process by ensuring there is no return to a hard border with the Republic overshadowed much of the summit. Mr. Johnson repeated his warning that he could unilaterally delay the latest checks on chilled meats moving from Great Britain to Northern Ireland due to come into force at the end of the month unless there was a resolution to the dispute. The EU has previously said that its patience is wearing very, very thin, and had threatened to launch a trade war unless the UK abides by its treaty obligations.